Today we're going to check out this brand new Rhino Storm RV leveling system. Hello and welcome back. If it's your first time here, I'm Scott.
And I'm Allison.
And we are
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
We're full-time RVers. We do destination videos, tips and tricks, and all things RV. That sounds like something you'd like? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and come along on our journeys. The thing I do like about this one, well, as you can tell, I haven't had it out of the package yet, but I did a little bit of research on it, and it's about half price of the other brand leveling system that's out there right now, and it's available on Amazon. We'll put a link in the description down below if you guys are interested to go check this out. So today we're going to do an unboxing, and we're going to show you how easy or how hard it is to set up the app. Basically, this is just like the LevelMate Pro. Only, like I said, it's a less expensive version. So let's check out what's inside the box. All right, so we have user's manual, pretty thick user's manual. It must be in a few different languages. Some mounting screws with some double back mounting foam, it looks like, in there also. And then in the bubble pouch here is the actual the leveler itself. So seems like it would be a fairly very easy install. Either just two screws here and mount it inside your RV somewhere, or you could even just use the double back tape on here, stick it in there and stick it up on your wall or inside your bay, wherever you're going to go ahead and install this. Well, I was off on the multiple languages for this instructions. The instructions are very simple, and it does have a lot of pictures on it, and it goes over how to set up the app and everything. It appears you're going to go in here and set up your type of vehicle, a fifth wheel, a travel trailer, a motorhome, whatever you have, and then get it all set to your specific RV, and then you'll be able to use the LevelMate Pro. It also says right here, it says suitable for any type of RV, but the device must be mounted on a vertical plane and the arrow must point up. So you'll see these two arrows here. They have to point up, so it has to be mounted somewhere in your RV. It doesn't matter if you mount it with the front facing the sides, the front, or the back, because you're going to tell the app which way this is mounted when you go through the setup. And we are going to go through the setup of the app, and we'll show you that. It also says you can open this. It has 2 batteries to put in it, but I don't see the batteries. I'm thinking they're already inside. So let me see if I can get this open. And oh yeah, there we go. So they are in there. Yep, so the batteries were already at least inside here. It doesn't look like they were clicked into place, because as you saw when I opened it, they came flying out of there. Oh, there we go. All right, so as you can see there, it's got 2 batteries, and they are now both installed in the back. They are CR2450s. If you know anything about batteries, that's what they are. They're little watch type batteries. So there you go with that. Let's put this back on here. And then the only other thing on the leveler piece itself is down here at the bottom. It's the on-off button. When you turn when you turn it on, it says in the instructions here you should hear 2 beeps. So let's see. Okay, 2 beeps. That means that your battery is good and that it's ready to go. Also in the app, you can set this up to a different sleep time if you want. It says in the instructions here it's set to 1 hour. So after an hour, if you're not using the app or whatever, this thing will go into sleep mode to help with the battery usage. They suggest, however, that when you're not using it, that you switch it off at the bottom, and that's just to conserve the battery as well. So reading those instructions, I would probably say I would put this, if I was going to install it in my RV, I would install it in the bay near where my leveling system is. That way, when I get into that bay, I just turn this on when we get to a new campsite, and we'd be ready to go with the Rhino RV Leveler Pro. So now we'll take you through the process here for getting it installed on your phone. I already installed the app, so all we have to do is go through the app and set it up for our specific RV. So here's the app right here, RV Leveler Pro. We'll go ahead and click on that. This is the first time we're doing this, so it asked me if I would like to use Bluetooth. Okay. Like to send you notifications. I'm not a fan of those. Please make sure your device has been installed as shown in the picture. All right, so we're going to pretend this is my RV, and I'm going to face the arrows up and that direction. All right. Please make sure your device has been installed as shown in the pictures. Okay. My label is facing, we'll call it front. So next. Guide you through the setup. Choose your RV type. We have fifth wheel. Unit of measurements, inches, Fahrenheit, and left-hand drive. So it's all pretty easy so far. We're 102 inches wide. And we're 13.6, 144, 156, 162 inches tall. I will go back and check that math later, but 13'6" I'm thinking is 162 inches. Location where the device is installed. Label faces front. Yeah, we'll go 1/4 inch resolution. How long the RV Leveler Pro goes to sleep. 1 hour, we'll leave it there because I plan on turning it on and off anyway. Okay, now this is the screen that it says when you hit the keep level, it's telling your device that it's level now. So you want it to be to keep level. So we'll go ahead and say the table's level, and we'll hit keep level, and now it should show me that I'm level here in a second. Congratulations, successful setup. So that was very simple, guys. The only thing you'll need to know is a little bit of math on your own RV. Like I had to do my 13'6". I didn't have that in inches. So now we'll push go here and see where we go from here. Oh, okay. It says you can check the battery. Right now it's saying my battery's at 100%. I hope so because it's brand new, the first time it's been on. Modify the information in the settings, the little cog. Switch view side and top view during leveling. Okay. Level the RV on the left and right. Next. Show the direction and height. Okay. So you can record where you are level wise for each campsite, if I was reading that correctly. So that could be kind of cool if you're back in the same spot again, or you're going back to that same spot. You could look in your history and see how bad the site was or how good the site was when you got there. So right now I'm showing left and right as 0 on the table here, obviously, and I'm 1/4 of an inch high, it says. So it must be sitting a little bit tipped. But let's see what happens if I move this a little bit. Oh yeah, I barely move it, and we're 9 1/4 inches now. We'll put that back down. Now let's go side to side on it. Oh yeah, there we go. It says right 5 inches. Put that back. Now let's come up the other side. Yeah, left goes to the other side. Okay. Very cool, guys. So this thing is really sensitive too. I mean, you barely touch this thing and it's giving you, you know, immediate response time. That's very cool. And that appears to be all there is to the whole system there. So let's shut it down, and we'll leave that on. Let's pull the app back up and see what happens. So once you get it set, when you pull the app up, you have the rear view and the side view of your RV, and it tells you how you're doing as far as the level. So again, it's saying I'm a 1/4 inch high, but again, I'm sitting here on the table with it. It's not actually in my RV. So next thing I think we need to do is take a little walk and see how far this app actually works away from the level mate itself. So let's take a little walk and see how far away from this thing we can get before we start getting any kind of errors on here or whatever. I'm not going to go too far if it continues to stay connected, because you know, my RV is only 43 feet and I'm about 60 feet long total going down the road, so we don't need to go a mile or anything crazy, but hopefully you guys can still see the RV back there. I'm clear across the street now, well farther than 60 feet away from my RV. So let me set you down here. Hopefully you can see over there, there's my RV is still way back there in the distance, and my app is still showing, well, now it's showing zeros, I guess, because I'm not leaning on the table anymore. So the app is still working, as you can see here, and we are maybe 50 yards, I would say, from the trailer, so 150 feet or so. So that's pretty impressive distance with the Bluetooth for the leveler. So there you can see the Bluetooth distance is great on this thing. I have a pretty good sized RV at 43 feet roughly. So I don't see this being a problem with anybody's length of RV, no matter where you decide to install this thing. But like I said, with the instructions saying for battery consumption, they suggest turning it off. I would put it in my bay and turn it on when I get to the site, and then once I get it level and see that I'm level, I'd turn it back off, and you're just going to save the battery life doing it that way. So the instructions are very kind of a lot, guys. I mean, this thing's 4.5 feet long. But like I say, some of the panels are just pictures, and it walks you through the setup of the app itself, which you really don't need because the app is going to do the exact same thing. So very handy, super easy. And if this is something that you're interested in, like I said, I'll leave the link below, and you can go check it out for yourself. It's the Rhino Storm RV Leveler Pro.